It's always a little overwhelming to know where to start. I have two things in mind. The second is celebratory. Hang in with me. First, I want to revisit the act of appalling sexism demonstrated by the Secretary General of the United Nations when he appointed that panel to review all of the international peacekeeping operations, a panel of 11 men and 3 women. Now, it stands to reason that if ever there was a panel that should have gender equality, or indeed a demonstrable dominance of women on the panel, it's this one, because peacekeepers interact with a massive civilian population made up primarily of women and children. Worse, the panel, you will recall, was appointed on the anniversary date of the resolution of the United Nations, which said that on all matters of international peace and security, we should have women equally involved. Well, AIDS-free world interceded. We were angry. We wrote an open letter to the Secretary General, and in unprecedented fashion, he apologized through his spokesperson, who said that they would do better. So we wrote another letter and said an apology wasn't enough, and we suggested how they should do better. They have done nothing. Indeed, in a very insulting gesture, they appointed one woman as an ex officio member of the panel, which to my mind means voice but no vote. What a slap in the face again of gender equality. Now, all of this within AIDS-Free World has been led by my co-director, Paula Donovan, who's written a very strong statement on our website. I beg you to go and read it, and then at the end of it, there are 2 things you can do for us and on the issue. Number 1, writing the Secretary General a letter of protest, and there's a model letter available, or giving us names of women who can be added to the panel. I mean, what right does this one man have to exercise this kind of unequal approach? There are over 2 billion adult women in the world, and he could find only 3 who should be on the panel. And it's not just the Secretary General, it's got to be his advisors. They are flouting every human rights, gender equality nostrum of the United Nations. Why are they in their jobs? But in any event, I want to come to the second celebratory item, which everyone feels so good about today. Rosemary Namubiru, the Ugandan nurse who is HIV positive, who was involved in a simple needle stick accident in a hospital, but was wildly and cruelly sensationalized by the media, and the media continued on her release, which I'm about to confirm, and also was prejudiced by an absurdly irresponsible pattern of behavior on the part of the police. She was first charged with attempted murder, and then it was reduced to criminal negligence, and then she got a 3-year sentence. The entire thing was a travesty of justice. She shouldn't have served a day. So fortunately, the High Court of Uganda has commuted her sentence, and she has served 10 months, and that ends it. Now, this has been the result of very significant international advocacy on the part of nurses groups, on the part of many groups in Uganda. It was raised at the International AIDS Conference. I must say that AIDS-Free World has been deeply involved, and we celebrate with Rosemary her release. Her life has been shattered and sullied indefensibly. But she's free. What's the phrase? Free at last. That was last week. I'm Stephen Lewis.